The bullhorn is broken. The bullhorn's broken. I don't know what I'm going to do now. But hey, listen, everybody. The reason I came on last night was to make sure that you understood that we won the trade. And at 6 p.m. yesterday, when the futures opened up, that was the low. That was it. There actually wasn't any real selling. So if you watched again, if you came in short, right? We shorted on Friday, and the idea was that the market was going to have some volatility because of the tariffs. But we all understand that the market never goes down. So when it starts down, you cover. And if it keeps going lower, you could always short it again. But your first thing you have to do is cover. So if you weren't short and you know the shorts are going to cover, where do you think I'm going with this? Yeah, go long. So, like I was explaining to you yesterday, there's going to be a trade and it's not going to be a short. There will be no shorting tomorrow, right? And there wasn't, right? Because everything that we looked at last night, none of those were violated ever again. So I was doing the video earlier, and then this was in the middle of the night. Here's the 10 o'clock to 11, double bottom, ass crack break at 1 o'clock in the morning, and that was it. That was it. They tried so hard to keep it down. And then even here where I shorted this little blow off top move from the beginning of the day in this little downtrend. But as I was shorting it, I kept reminding everybody, this is not going to last. If it breaks here, maybe we go down another 2.5, but inevitably we're going to go back up. So understanding the market mechanics, right? You knew you weren't shorting anything. And again, I'm surprised it took this long to get to the highs of the day. So here's the QQQ, right? Same looking chart. Usually you get to the orange line. I thought you'd break here and rip. But the market, what it has to do, it has to go lower before it goes higher. So all this chop, it tried to chop people out by breaking lows, couldn't get people out. So they had to try it one more time. It goes to the same exact price. And that they were like, all right, we just can't get anybody to sell out. I guess we're going to just go higher. And then we close. They try to shake you out the end of the day, and we go higher because we never go down. You understand? The market's rigged to only go up. So understanding that, you understand Palantir. The only stock I've been telling people to buy and never sell it since the IPO. And the only thing that happened with Palantir, which kind of made me unhappy, is that everybody started to like it. I don't like when everybody likes my stock. I'd rather be, something like Rambus that no one even talks about. And by the way, it's down on earnings. We'll probably look to buy this tomorrow. But I like when people were negative about Palantir. And when they were negative about Palantir was the time to buy it. And that was it was a very brief moment in time. So the IPO came out, if you guys all remember, it was a $10 IPO and didn't do anything that the first day it opened up, I bought 3,000 shares. It didn't do anything. I wound up losing on it. Everyone's like, oh, that was some shitty IPO. I'm like, yeah. Was it 5 years ago already? Damn, has it been that long? Has it been 5 years since this IPO? Yeah. $10? Yeah. Wow. Opened at 10. Went to 9/11, spiked to 10. Yeah. And then the next day, when it finally broke the IPO price, look what it did that's the following week. You got up close to, $33. So pretty impressive, right? It didn't work the first that was the first month. I'm sorry. First month, second month, third month, it took off. And then it became a meme stock, which kind of made me not like it. It was Kathy Wood was talking about it, meme people, Reddit mafia. And when it crashed, I was happy, even though I liked the stock. But because it crashed and then it went Andy Dufresne, we bought it coming out of that $11 area again. And we made it, made our money right here. The only problem is I sold it. And I was just selling puts on it, waiting for it to come back, and never came back. And, fast forward to, here's a weekly chart. Plenty of time to buy it back in this consolidation. I just never did. Here again. And then the last earnings report really just left me in the dust. and now we're next earnings report. Well, the reason I'm bringing the stock up is it's going to $180, and there's nothing anybody could do about it, whether or not you believe. And right now, the reason I still like it is people are still calling it overvalued. Anytime somebody talks about valuation on a momentum stock, you keep buying it. There's no such thing as valuation on a momentum trade. They don't have to make any money. Everybody wants to own the stock now. The jig is up. Everybody gets it now. They're making money using AI. The CIA is involved with Palantir. The United States government is involved with Palantir. That's why I bought it when it was an IPO. That's the whole reason, the premise of owning this stock. It's like owning a piece of the CIA, clandestine, if you will, one of my favorite words. But more importantly, market mechanics now has it. When a stock breaks through the 30s into the 50s, more often than not, 50 gets you 80. 80 gets you 120. So when this stock reported earnings tonight, and obviously it's going up, right? Once it held the VWAP on the pullback, here's that. Oh, sorry, that's for today. Sorry, aftermarket I'm talking about. This little tiny pullback, right? When it broke a double top, came back, held it. What did we do right there? 97.50. And this is where I was on live. I said, buy it. Because 97.50 will get you 100. Because I've never seen, personally, maybe you have, I've never seen in my life a stock that has gone to all-time highs and went into the 90s that hasn't gone into the hundreds. Never. I've never seen a stock that's all, if you Google, I don't know how to even search for it at this point, but I've never seen a stock that has gone from 50 to 80 and that's gone into the 90s that hasn't gone to 100. So did you think it was not going to happen when it happens every time? So once it broke 97.50, you had to assume it was going to 100. But then when it broke 100, you're looking at 102.50. And now 102.50, you're looking 105. If you get over 105, that's when the fun starts. Because at 105, it starts trading in 5-point increments and starts tacking on 5 points and 10 points. And remember, when it's at 120 and then goes up another 10%, right? That's 12 points. So the stock's going to be starting, it's going to start tacking on in 20% increments. That's 24-point moves. So from 120 to 180, maybe 2 weeks. So this stock, and I'll say it again, 120 was my original target from when I bought it at $10. Here we are basically 15 points away. When it breaks 120, I expect it to go to 180 and 250. Not next week, obviously, but this stock represents the bull market. So if Palantir is going to gap and go on an earnings report, the bull market is still on. It's never gone away. And just because we've had some volatility with some tariffs on the orange man, nothing matters. Don't forget rule number 1 of trading. In the end, nobody cares about anything. The only thing derailing this market is full-blown nuclear war. And I'm not even saying nuclear war because we'll probably be excited seeing the rockets. Holocaust, nuclear holocaust, when there's 20 to 50, 100 million people being evaporated, maybe the market might care. But then we'll have some sort of revolution rally, or they'll invent a new word or something, and we'll come up with a reason to be bullish. It's the reconstruction out of the Holocaust of nuclear waste rally. Whatever the case, all the nuclear stocks will all be going up, right? Whatever the case, the market never fucking goes down if you haven't caught on yet, right? And that's why I'm saying, anytime you see this extreme volatility, don't get bullish. I'm sorry, don't get bearish. That's been my problem. I always think it's going to get worse before it gets better. It never gets worse. Ever. It never gets worse. In that moment of fear, that's usually the end of it. Just like it was last night. Just like it was this morning, and how it will be for the rest of our days. I'm glad I made that video last night just to make sure you understand that there was no way I was staying short today. I won the trade. I came in last night winning. The idea was short Friday, cover Sunday. And if it would have rolled over some point today, I would have shorted again. But shorting is short lived and you're going to die. And it's just incredible. It really is incredible. So come by the room. Hope you guys have been kicking ass. If you know, I'm starting the old room back up, so it'll be a little bit easier to give out the free trials. You still got to go through the process and sending me an email. And if you have taken over 2 trials or 3 trials, come on, don't insult me with a new email address. We have your IP address, right? If you're really that bent in learning from me, just come up with the $500. I'll give you the 6 weeks, or I mean, I don't know what to tell you, but it's amazing how people still are trying to sneak into the room. Um, listen, I appreciate it. I am glad you want to spend some time with me, but at this point, after 3 trials, I got to cut you off. All right. So, or just reach out to me and say, listen, this is what I'm working with. Can you do this? I'm very, very negotiable. Is that a word? Just let me know what's up. I could throw in a free month or whatever. Do whatever it takes to get you involved. I'm the real deal. All right. I'll see you guys soon. Hopefully, you guys are doing all right.